안녕하세요. 팍스경제TV 코인인터뷰입니다. 전 진행을 맡은 김도연입니다. 오늘 코인인터뷰를 찾아주신 게스트는요. DVP의 다니엘 웬 CEO님입니다. Hi, it is really nice to meet you.
It's good to be here.
Oh, thank you so much. Then would you briefly introduce yourself to our viewer?
Sure. My name is Daniel, CEO of DVP. It's great to be here to introduce the project to our Korean viewers here.
Okay. I heard DVP is built for blockchain security, right? As we all know, security is very important in blockchain industry. Could you please explain to us what DVP for more details?
Sure. DVP stands for basically two things. First, it's a community by the white hat hackers. We mean the white hat for the viewers who don't really know, white hat refers to good hackers.
Yes, right.
Yeah. Also, the V stands for vulnerability. We are focusing on the blockchain vulnerability side, the purely security side.
Okay.
P, that stands for platform. We are a platform that trying to connect with the project, the users, and the white hat hackers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so would you tell us more details about DVP? Like what does DVP do?
Okay, I think basically we are this is how the thing works. On one side, a project can post a bounty program regarding their security side on the DVP platform. That will be defined. The whole scope and standard will be defined by the project posting the bounty program.
Okay.
So the hackers in our community can focus on doing vulnerability findings around that scope.
Okay.
On the other side, there's constantly, there will be hackers actually looking through project, try to find vulnerabilities or loopholes. They can submit their findings to the platform, then the platform will help to contact relevant project to tell them to actually to fix, to get more details from the platform and to fix a bug or loophole.
Okay, then you mean if a white hacker finds the security issues and find the solution, then he is the one who will get rewarded, right?
Yeah, that's how the reward works. It's basically if there's a defined bounty program, then basically the hackers will get reward from the bounty program. If there's no bounty program, they just voluntarily submit a bug or something. The platform will give them DVP tokens as a reward.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
How can a company participate that wants to solve a security problem, and what are the benefits for participating?
Sure. I think the way to participate is very simple. At the very beginning, a project can just register on our platform. So whenever there's bug is found, the platform can contact you at the first instance. So you can get information about that fairly quickly. Then the next step is probably post a standing bounty program on that platform. So if you want some specific area of your system covered by white hats, you can define that as a bounty program. Let's put it this way.
Yes.
No matter what you do, the hackers will be the good and bad. They will be looking through loopholes all the time.
Okay.
When you have standing bounty, basically telling the hackers, the good ones, try to find the bug in our system and tell us before the bad guys find it. I think it's a sustainable way to maintain the safety of your whole system. I think the second benefit is really you only pay the effective bugs.
Oh.
If there's a bug that is not severe enough, that is you think is not relevant, you don't pay for that.
So a company only have to pay when they had problem, right?
Yeah.
Am I right?
The company, any product that posts a bounty program, they only have to pay when a bug is found. For example, if you use your own team, you run your regular audit, security audit or something, sometimes you got funding, sometimes you don't, but you still have to spend money and time on that. Right?
Okay.
Right.
totally opposite side.
Right.
What happens to the white hacker who wants to get involved in DVP?
Yeah, it's very interesting. There's no requirement for a hacker to join the network. If you register, you basically you only prove yourself through what you have done on the platform. How many bug bounties you have finished, how many rewards you have collected through finding and submitting the vulnerabilities. So anyone can join, but what you can get out of this is really up to you. How much work you spend on that, how much time you actually spend on that.
But then how do you prove that white hacker is trustful?
Well, it's very interesting. As I said, you have to look things the other way around. I understand your point.
Yes.
Is that you need the good guys to help you rather
True,
than bad
yes.
guys. But the reality is that no matter what you do, both the good guys and bad guys are doing something.
True.
Without you knowing,
finding
right?
something like that
Yeah.
has a
So
problem.
what you're trying to do is create a system, also an incentive mechanism that you can attract the maximum amount of the good guys, so they can do their work before the bad guys can do anything, right?
Okay.
I think that you have to. We have a lot of negative incentive, the punishment, the regulation, or the law prohibiting the bad hackers to do something really bad to the system. But obviously, reality is that these things still happen. We are seeing more security breaches rather than less. So you have to think the other way around. How do you get the good guys work for you more actively than purely defending the bad guys?
Oh, so basically DVP wants to make more good white hacker
Yes.
to reward them, right?
I think what we're trying to do is to use the token and the blockchain technology to create a more positive incentive to attract more people rather than saying, I have to prove you're the good guy, which is really, really hard in reality, actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, let's jump into the next question.
Yeah, sure.
So what is the ecosystem of DVP?
Okay, I think the whole ecosystem, what we have right now, we have been running for a year. We already have over 14,000 whitehead registered. We have over 160 projects registered, and 45 out of them have actually posted a bounty on us. So what we're trying to do next is really expand that community internationally, in Korea, Japan. We need more hackers with different skill sets, with different coverage, also with wider geographic locations. I think that will improve the quality of the bug report you have.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you mentioned, the DVP token will make the people better, like white hackers better. Would you tell us more detail about DVP token?
Right. The DVP token, as it stands, is an ERC20 token for now.
Okay.
It's mainly used for rewards for the whiteheads. But going forward, we're going to use this to incentivize non-hacker members of the community to do, other work for building the system. For example, even if you're in Korea, you may be able to help us translate our white paper. You may be able to improve that. You may be able to organize some meetup. All these will be rewarded through the DVP token.
Okay. Then what are the reasons to create DVP?
Well, I think we have seen, I think the first really, we have seen a situation where the demand for the security services or security personnel outpaces the supply side of the things, because the blockchain industry is really new. Even a lot of security experts, they are learning the thing as well. So the growth in the supply of security personnel in this space is far lagging behind, say, other measures, say, no matter we're talking about security incidents happened recently or the money, dollar amount actually involved, we see a huge gap there. There's no way you can find enough people to staff your own team. Then the crowdsourcing way is a natural solution to that. But if you're doing it in a centralized way, it's a bit hard to protect the white hats. In a centralized way, the identity information is stored on the platform. I think for a lot of hackers, it's a problem for them. If you use fiat currency as an incentive, it naturally reveals the true identity of the hacker as well.
So you give the white hacker security, right?
So anonymity is what we're trying to give them better protection, so they don't have to worry that if I submit about the vulnerability, I may have some repercussions somewhere along the way.
Okay, then what are the advantages of DVP over traditional security companies?
Right. When we're talking about the advantages, I want to make it very clear that DVP is doing this cross-sourcing penetration test, all these security thing, not to replace the proprietary teams, security teams, or to replace the centralized platforms. It's a necessary supplement. So in terms of advantages, I think I mentioned some. We do have the advantage of more traditional, say, centralized system where you got more hackers looking at your system from different angles, right? So that will provide a better coverage. But what makes us different is that there's no centralized authority to decide what the hacker should do or should not do. Also, the hackers got direct incentive from the token side while they are still be able to protect their identity from other people really knowing who they are. Not saying they are trying to, hide in a dark corner trying to do something bad. I think it's that natural tendency for people because security issues are sensitive issues. For people dealing with these sensitive issues, they naturally want to stay anonymous.
Okay, then how can a general investor participate in this project?
Right. My view is that when we're talking about general investors in the blockchain space, I would say no one is purely an investor. You have to invest in something you believe in, or you at least have some belief in something, like Bitcoin. If you invest Bitcoin, you have to believe that it's something for the future.
It's all about trust, right?
It's about trust. It's about what do you see the future is. So I think in this space, DVP is one of the first trying to leverage all the new technology, all the new form of organization to solve a pain point in the industry. So for investor, I won't see them as pure investor. I would see they are a member of this community. Investing in the project or buying a token is actually doing a service to the system as well. So they can also participate all these community works to get a reward as well. And that's probably a better way than just purely put your money in.
Okay. Actually, I saw many fabulous partners, companies on your website, and I also mentioned before, I checked all your white paper though. What kind of works do you do together?
Okay. On the technical side, we really help them to, a lot of these partners actually come to the platform because our white hackers actually find some loopholes in their system. So we are providing a service. The white hackers on our platform provide a service to them. So they post bounties on our system as well. But we also do a lot of promotion, education together. In the last, we just did a hackathon in Beijing a week ago. That event was very successful. Got over 30 white hat participating, over 100 plus audience as well.
Okay.
That event was hosted by us, but co-hosted by our partners like Ontology, Beatbox, Mix Marvel, Eco, all these. So we do these. I think this is an industry thing. We have to work with white hats. We also have to work with these project exchanges and wallets to improve the overall security situation here in the industry. It's good for the users as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Then now I really want to know what DVP's future plan and goal. What would you like to be?
In long term, as I said, we have this goal to build this as autonomous organization where the white hats is the main component that governs this platform. We also want to provide all the necessary tools on the platform, technical ones, to the hackers and also the projects, so they can communicate more efficiently, they can build more trust with each other. In short term, I think the first priority is really to expand the community first in the Asian part, then go to North America to get more white hat to join us.
To worldwide?
Worldwide.
Yeah.
It has to be a global thing rather than the blockchain industry is really a global thing. We
Absolutely.
have to be there.
Okay, then actually we just said blockchain is all worldwide. It's all over the country, right?
Yep.
What's your perspective of blockchain industry?
It's very interesting. For my personal experience, I first look at Bitcoin as a clever scam. But when I studied more,
you thought it was clever scam?
Yes. When I started more do my own research, I realized it's something real, something different. So when I joined Ontology in 2018, it was really first-hand experience to see how a project can actually grow up. Then this year we see a lot of changes. We see Fidelity, the financial giant, join this industry. Now we see Libra, a lot of Libra discussion. I think at this moment, this industry is, I would say, is well established in a way. It's not going.
We're not going down.
We're not going down.
We're
there may be,
it, right?
I think there may be bumps along the way, but we're not going. It's established. It's just how fast it can progress. I do see there's a bright future. There are a lot of smart people, whole lot smart people working in this industry as well, compared to maybe 2-3 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, actually, this would be your last question, though.
Sure.
Would you like to leave any remarks to our viewers?
Well, what I want to say here, really, try to visit our website, join our Kakao group to learn a bit more about us. If you are a hacker, it's a perfect place for you, to show your skills right here. You got we've got a ranking on the website. Everybody will know what you did here. If you are not a hacker, you're still really welcome to help us spread the word, let people know, help us to do meetups, to do all these community work here. You got rewarded as well.
Okay.
Yeah. I think the same goes like I explained.
Yeah.
Think about if you are a hacker. When you find a bug, there are several choices you can make. First, you use that to gain personal benefit. You attack the system, you probably steal some asset from. The second thing you can do is that you don't want to do that attack. You can sell that information on the black market. There's quite big black market. Then the third choice will be find a way to notify the project that you have this problem. You have to patch it up. So most hackers, if they have proper venue, they will choose the third one. So what we are trying to do is not to prevent the guys from first two types from doing anything bad, because you can't. You simply can't, because you don't know who they are, you don't know what they are doing, you don't know what they have on their hands. So the thinking is that if you create a proper incentive, you might be able to attract more of the third type guys. You may be even able to convert some of these type 2 guys to your platform. So before the type 1 guys find something, the good guys already find this problem, and the project can fix that as quickly as possible.
So
that's a way. That's a better way to try to avoid more security incidences. Otherwise, if you don't think about this, if we don't have this mechanism over there, the bad guys will still do the bad things. They'll never do good stuff without you knowing anything.
But if there are a chance to be a good,
yeah, some of these guys will probably will, no matter you're selling this to a platform or whatever,
if you
they
get
probably
rewarded,
do. Yeah, if you got rewarded, you think it's good enough. You would rather probably disclose that information to the project rather than use that for your own advantage.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. You never know what these hackers have. Some of these attacks, if you look at these attacks in the past, some of these attacks are planned and carried out in a very long time span, probably years, some even 2 years. So they get the information, they plant their bugs in the system, and then wait until the best moment to do. So yeah, it's not as simple as that. I got asked this question a lot. How to prevent a hacker from going rogue? Nobody can, but if you can, provide that incentive for them to tell you when they found that, that's a better way.
And it's
Otherwise,
not like you guys only have one white hacker, right?
Exactly,
there's
exactly.
Many
the
white
more,
hackers.
The more, the better. That's why we say we need a much bigger community over there. The more, the better. The bigger the bounty is, the better, because that creates more incentive for white hats to do something about it.
And I've checked your website, and I find really interesting part that called Hacktivity.
Yeah.
It says title, ID, company, and rewards.
Right.
Would you give me more details, information about it?
What we're trying to do here is trying to be more transparent in terms of disclosing the overall security situation in the industry. That's what we call it's a Hacktivity kind of a report. There's a balance between how much information you actually give to the public without jeopardizing the project involved. So what we have is really a list of very simple information, how severe the bug can be, who's a white hat actually discovered that problem, and how much reward he's got. I think the users in the industry deserve to know what is going on, which projects are more secure compared to others. That's what we're trying to do over there. Yeah.
That is kind of really fun part of to the company and also the white hackers.
Yeah.
And I also found out the leaderboard, and that was the ranked.
Yeah.
What is it?
It's a ranking. It's a ranking of the white hats based on their activities on the platform. It's basically, if you see the first column, it's a reputation score. It's a measure of actually how much DVP token this whitehead has earned over a period of time.
Which means that he found out many bugs, right?
Yes, yes. And these must be valid bugs rather than false reports. So the other column will show what kind of bugs they have found during the past. Also, you see under each ID, there are small tags actually describing specialities of this white hat.
Also,
hacker.
if you click that white hacker button, then you can like see all the bugs that he found, and
you won't be able to see all the bugs. That's very sensitive. We won't disclose that information.
Okay.
But you see, for example, particular a white hat has found, for example, 100 high severity bugs in the past months or during his whole career on the platform.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then until now, how many bugs have you found?
For the last year, we have found valid bugs over 4,000 on the platform. That's probably one of the biggest in the blockchain industry for all the guys doing that. That's probably the biggest database over there. Yeah.
Okay. So this concludes our interview today, and thank you very much for coming here.
It's a great pleasure.
Okay, me too. It was a pleasure too. 저희 코인 인터뷰는 항상 여러분에게 유익한 코인 정보를 제공해드리기 위해 노력하겠습니다. 고맙습니다.